Commitment 2022 now. Iowans will vote on adding a potential new amendment to the state's constitution. KCCI's Amanda Rooker is here with how that could impact gun rights and gun laws in our state.
That's right, Todd. Gun rights are on the ballot this election. Supporters say a constitutional amendment is necessary to protect a gun owner's rights to keep and bear arms. But opponents to this amendment worry it could make it harder to pass new gun control measures and could threaten gun laws already on the books.
The Iowa Firearms Coalition has been working for more than a decade on this, trying to bring Iowa into alignment with 44 other states that have constitutional protection for the Second Amendment.
John McLaughlin with Iowa Firearms Coalition says Iowans will get the chance to vote on whether to add the right to keep and bear arms to Iowa's constitution.
So if for some unknown chance, the U.S. Constitution would be changed through a makeup in the Supreme Court or something that we really can't foresee, that protection will continue for the state of Iowa.
But what you'll see on the ballot is not the same as the Second Amendment in the U.S. Constitution.
It'd be harder to pass any kind of restriction on any kind of gun control or gun regulation.
That's because the amendment also says all restrictions of a gun owner's rights has to meet strict scrutiny. Drake law professor Steve Foratano says strict scrutiny is a constitutional test, one of the highest legal standards.
And it requires that the government show a compelling interest or compelling need for that law, and that the law has to be very narrowly drawn.
It's something that worries Matt Sanovic with Progress Iowa.
Alabama, Louisiana, and Missouri are the only three other states that have this kind of amendment in their constitution. And they are, all three of those states are in the top 5 worst for gun deaths. And that is not a list that Iowa wants to be on.
He argues the amendment could overturn current gun safety laws if it passes.
It really leaves a lot open to interpretation and could overturn things like dangerous felons being able to own firearms, people who are convicted of domestic violence offenses, which is a law that Iowa has on the books right now. That law could potentially be overturned.
The amendment just needs a simple majority of votes in order to be added to the Iowa Constitution. Another key thing to remember here, a recent U.S. Supreme Court ruling could also change how much impact this amendment would actually have. That ruling says gun restrictions cannot violate the Second Amendment, and they have to be consistent with this nation's historical tradition. Now, that basically means they have to be similar to restrictions that were also in place back when the Constitution was written. So, if the Gun Rights Amendment passes, any new gun laws would have to meet that standard and strict scrutiny. Todd?